Hello everyone. This is Connect with Kay and welcome to the PostGrad. What the No, really. What the What the What the What the This wasn't in the manual. This wasn't in the handbook. Nobody talked about this. Nobody talked about this. And what I'm talking about, we about to talk about, because PostGrad, what the okay? But you know, WTF stands for a lot of things, to be honest. Not only does it stand for what the because that's the most obvious one, but I mean, like, where's the funds? F-U-N-D-S. And to be honest, F-U-N. Adulthood. Wouldn't use fun to describe it. No, I wouldn't. In addition to not fun, where are the funds? The money, the coin, the cha-ching, the bring ding ding ding. Where is it? Where is it? Because they lied. Because they lied. I feel like I have less coins than I started out with, and I owe more coins than I have. Yeah. Because you know what happened? Guess what? I have less coins now than I did when I went in. And I owe more coins than I possess or see myself possessing. And I don't know what's going on. So what? Where the funds? WTF? Where the funds? Where are they frolicking? Where are they at? Also, steak dinners, lobster tails. Where's the food? Where's the rich people graduate food? I've done this whole graduating thing, not once, not once, but twice. 2 times. Two times. Not just once, 2 times. 2 caps. 2 caps. 2 caps. 2 degrees. 1 stove. 1 hood. What's going on? Danger. Educated black woman. Can't tell. Where's the money? Someone's lying. Someone is lying, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this. So, on this episode of Connect with Kay, we're going to try to connect to the funds, connect to the fun, connect to the free world of people who apparently got degrees and it's working because something's not right. Somebody owes me, and big time, okay? That's what they owe. And a side note, I would like to point out this little thing here that comes on a hood, very sexist, because if you read the instructions, it tells you to loop it around your shirt buttons, under your tie, on your button-down shirt for males, insinuating that a female who wore a dress, such as I did, that had no buttons going down the front, wouldn't get one of these. Well, if I was a smart lady, I would not have. Would have saved a lot of money, would have had a lot more fun. No, I'm just kidding. I don't regret anything about my degree, except for whoever left out the treasure map about where all the money is. But that's okay. We're gonna get to that point, and we're gonna get to the point where we can do what my mug says, which is to shine. And we're gonna do that regardless. So, as I said, welcome to Connect with Kay. Today we are talking about PostGrad. What the fuck? All right, but seriously, I'm going to get into the questions. I asked a couple questions this week. I asked the question from 3 different perspectives because I understand that a lot of my followers are in different places, different phases, different stages. And I'm okay with that. That's awesome. I love watching your beautiful journeys, and I love also being a part of mine, as crazy as it may be. So I asked 3 different questions. My first question was to people who had not graduated college yet. What do you most anticipate about graduating college? And then those who have graduated college, what was the most unexpected thing that you had to deal with when you graduated? Because those who have graduated, I don't care if you graduated from the Tic-Tac-Toe Academy. There is something that you expected to happen that once you got Tic-Tac-Toe 3 in a row, didn't happen, okay? And we're gonna talk about that also. And the last question was for those who have been far removed. When I say far removed, I don't mean like a billion years since you've graduated, just people who have had some time under their belt after they have actually gained and or earned a degree. If there was one thing that you now know that you would have told yourself then. So let's get into it. All right, so our first response is from somebody who recently graduated. What is something that you experienced that was very unexpected? The first answer is depression. It's a sick world out there. And when I say I can definitely relate to depression, I can relate to depression because you think that like after you graduate, it's going to be this like grand, just beautiful time. And like depression is real, and it's depression for a multitude of different reasons, right? You feel a depression because like all of a sudden, all the things that you thought were your interests and your hobbies and things that made you happy are gone for the most part. So like getting drunk, throwing up on yourself. Okay, none of those things sounded that fun, but I can definitely say from experience, you go through a period of depression of not really knowing which way is up, not knowing what you're supposed to do. And I can definitely attest to having those feelings when I graduated from undergrad and when I graduated from my graduate degree. To be honest, you are in this phase of life where you think that I've been working at this for so long, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what's gonna make me happy, right? Not turning in any more assignments, not being in the middle of the club and realizing it's 11:59 and your assignment was due and you did not turn it in, and so you go take another shot to just wash that down. Wash that out. We'll start over tomorrow. I'll make up a lie in an email tomorrow because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I have no post in the discussion. I've said nothing. And it's too late for me to copy off of what Susan said. Did any of y'all ever do that? Like, I'm sorry. Go into a discussion post and be like, I agree with what Susan said. Yeah, very great insight, Susan. Very great insight. You have some awesome things to say, okay? No, I would say I'm just playing, but I'm not. I'm not, okay? But yeah, depression, that is a real thing. Like, and honestly, if we're going to be serious, moment of like truth, honesty, and vulnerability, like for real. Actually, let me put my tea down. Real moment of like honesty and vulnerability, because I think everybody thinks that like you're just going to be happy as soon as you graduate, and that's really not the truth. So boom, there was this degree first, right? Boom, boom, here we were. First one, right? I was so excited. Like I said, I'm a spoken word artist. On my cap, I had my words on here. Hey, black child, didn't you know you were destined to win, right? I just thought that like the world was at my fingertips. Like I was one of the few who I had a job like before I graduated, so I knew that I was gonna have a place to work. I had graduated in August from my undergraduate degree, so my birthday's in August. I had a trip planned to the Dominican Republic. In my field, we have a professional licensure exam. I had my exam scheduled. I was gonna do all of those things before I went on my trip, right? So I graduated, I had my degree, I walked the stage, I shake them people's hands, you know? I was like, wow, you're never getting your loans back. And I was just like, you know, so happy. And some time went by, I passed my licensure exam, and it was like cloud 9 for a minute. Right, I felt good. I took almost a year off, and then I went into my graduate program, right? And I got hooded. Hood me. baby.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
Hood me, okay? Because that's how I felt. I was so excited. Like, I was just radiating with like joy and happiness, and I was so happy, but I really couldn't put my finger on what I was happy about, right? There was still a piece of me that was like, I'm getting these degrees and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I want to do. For those who don't know the tassel colors, this is for the College of Health and Human Services. So I enjoy serving others and helping others, but it was like, how? Like, how? I want to change lives, but how? Right? Like, how? And college does not give you that answer. And so there is a sense sometimes of depression that comes over you because it's like, this isn't what I thought this was going to feel like, right? So I got hooded, right? I got this degree, right? And it is empty. There's nothing in it. Why is there nothing in it, you ask? Because that sense of depression and not really understanding what's going on, not really knowing where you're going to go, led me to this, which is it came in the mail and I still have not opened it. I graduated almost 3 months ago. Still in here, right? And I think that like people believe that you're just going to feel like, I know everything, I have it all figured out. No, you're not going to have it figured out. And for those who feel that you do have it all figured out and you just know everything and like college just did that for you, God bless your heart. No, I'm just playing. I do know. I wish everybody the best, but like to those whose answer was depression, I can truly relate, right? Like I can truly relate. And sometimes you feel bad about it because there's this thing like, this is selfish of me. This is selfish because I remember thinking that, like, I remember being in my program, in my master's program, and I remember thinking like, there are people that I know who wish they had a bachelor's degree, right? And here I am complaining about my opportunity at higher education. But it was like, I had to step back for a moment. It was like, hey, you don't know everything and you don't have it all figured out, but that is okay. That's okay. And I had to understand that's okay. So to those who felt like fresh grads and you feel that sense of depression, you are not alone. You are not alone. Okay. You're not alone. So yes, depression was it. And it was like, there was nothing that could make me feel like, this still got the tag on it. I ain't even wore this yet. Alumni. And I just knew that I was just gonna be like, alumni. And when people like, congratulate, yeah, alumni of a master's program, hood me. When I tell y'all, I was in Kroger with my hood on. And Kroger and my hood on. I was proud of myself, but had no idea why. I had no idea why. But you know what? One thing I will say is any sense of depression, any sense of like misplacement, do not let that steal your joy. Because you still did accomplish something great. And just because you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do right now, at this very second, doesn't mean that you won't. So, while you can, and that brings me back to my mug, shine anyways, right? We don't have it all figured out. We don't, and that's okay. That's all right. And you may feel like you're depressed. That's okay. That's all right. You'll be all right. Okay. So, to those who felt depression, just know you are not alone, okay? And you are doing amazing just as you are. Like, just know that, okay? So that was our first one. The second one, what was something that you did not anticipate after graduating? Pregnancy. Oh, Satan. No. No, I know you lying. I know you lying. I did not. Didn't anticipate it, didn't experience it. So, nope. No, I'm just playing. That's actually a very good friend of mine. She did not only just experience pregnancy, she experienced marriage. So, don't be trying to come for her, okay? Don't be trying to come for her. But we can't relate. Okay. So, the next one is, what is something that you did not anticipate again? I'm poor. You know why? You know why you didn't anticipate it? Because college is full of liars. Full of liars that tell you that because you go there to that place of misery. No, I'm just playing. No, but really, we do. You come out with this experience. You come out with this like expectation that you're just gonna make all this money. And I don't know if any of you guys have been on Indeed lately, but Indeed will say that you have to have traveled to the moon, been an astronaut for 12 plus years, be a medical doctor, surgeon for 13 years, doing a residency in Africa, had came back and served the poor in Cambodia, and then circled back to the ends of the earth and turned back and touched the equator, came back, touched your toes, and we will offer you $12 an hour. Excuse me. You offer, what you said? I know you lying. I know you lying. And then at the very bottom, be like, must possess no less than a bachelor's degree. Satan. Yeah, shine from the pits of hell. What is that? No, that's a lie. And poor. I felt that one. I felt that. Because where are the WTF? Where are the funds? Trying to play with my money. Okay. The next one was thinking that I'd have it all together and my plans would go exactly as I thought. So that was also from a person who has graduated, not somebody far removed, but somebody who has graduated college already. So yeah, thinking that you have it all together and that your plans will go exactly as you thought. So here's the thing. If you haven't graduated yet, or if you're like on the verge of graduating, or like you graduated yesterday and you have this beautiful, like, here's my plans, this is when it's gonna happen, right? Before Jesus gets that good chuckle, bowl it up and throw it away. So scratch it. And I don't want you to think that I'm saying people who want to plan their lives out and people who want to say like, these are my goals, these are my aspirations. That's beautiful. Please have goals and aspirations so you have some sense of direction, please. But just say, God, what you got? What's next? Amen. The best advice I can give is leave room for error, because error is always possible. So err on the side of error. Okay. All right. So the next one is plans don't always flourish the way you want, and that's okay. Yet again, there we go. Reinforcement of the message. All right. And then another one is either you land an amazing job in your field or you struggle finding that job. I know I thought this too, but being removed for a little bit, I can say we have, and confidently say, we sometimes have unrealistic ideas of what that transition is supposed to look like. And while I did get a job in my field immediately after graduating, I don't think I had any more insight into what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, and what I wanted my life to look like than people that I know who graduated and did not get a job in their field for months after. So I don't know if I completely agree with that one, but that may be your experience. So that's also okay. Another one is finding out how to balance life, fun, professionalism, work, and finances. Whoa, yes, balancing. I don't know about everybody else, but I know for me, it was like almost like a burst of free time, if that makes sense, because I was very involved when I was in college. So I was president of multiple organizations. I danced. I did community service. I did so many things on top of going to school full time and working and everything. So for me, it was like as soon as I graduated, and I can say this for undergrad and graduate, and really, really for my graduate program, because my graduate program, I was working full time, I was interning full time, and I was going to school full time in addition to all of the things that I do outside of that. And that balance can be very difficult, right? That balance can be extremely difficult. And I feel like there's so many expectations placed on you of like, having that right and like having that together, knowing how to like do money. Like what? Like I can't even balance a checkbook. I hope you're not waiting on me to say psych, because I'm serious. Like they did not teach me that in school. But seriously, balancing all of that stuff, right? And especially if you don't feel the greatest, like if you have that sense of depression, it's kind of hard to balance all those things. Not to mention, another thing I know a lot of people struggle with is like balancing like people, if that makes sense. So a lot of the friendships that people had, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, a lot of the relationships that people had when they were in school is simply because you guys are on the same campus, you attend the same university, you know the same people, you hang out in the same places, you go to the same bars, and you're probably in some of the same classes. And that's it, right? So like when people graduate, you start to realize that like maybe all I had in common is that we used to have this class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or you live down the hall and just so happens every time I was out of ramen noodles, you had some. Like, I don't know, whatever it is, right? But you start to realize, was that really a friend of mine, or was it that we were both at the same place at the same time doing the same things with the same people, and it was like, hey, I always see you here, let's be friends. And then you graduate and it's like, hey, I'm depressed, I'm not making no money, I have student loans, and you don't got no more ramen noodles because I can't afford them and neither can you. So like, yes, that's definitely a thing. Like trying to balance all of those things, that's definitely a thing. Having to really leave the party and drunken life behind, can't have the same habits for real. That is real. Like that is real. And I'm not sure what kind of bionic bunny juice I was drinking in undergrad, but I would literally have class at like 8 a.m. and be at the bar until 7:45 and be in class by 7:30. How's that possible? I don't know, but I was doing it. And now I feel like an old decrepit lady, because if you ask me to go out on a Friday night, I'm still thinking about how am I gonna get up in time on Monday morning to go to work if I go out on Friday. I'm gonna be tired. That's all I be thinking about. That's all I be thinking about. Like, wow, how much energy is it gonna take for me to do this? Do I really wanna go? I'm sick, I can't make it. Am I the only one who like take a shower, get out the shower, wake up the next day? Like, wow, I thought I was supposed to be getting ready to go out. But no, that's serious. Like having to leave that life behind. One, because like you think like, wow, that was really fun. And two, because like my body just doesn't have the energy to do that anymore. And I have no idea what I've done to my body to deserve this. Probably all those nights that I was going out and getting up that early for class. But like having to leave that behind. Not only that, but when you enter like the world of like professionalism and like all their expectations of you, right? And because you are also in this space of finding yourself and looking for yourself, you probably haven't cemented in what does my professionalism look like that is also a reflection of who I am as well, and what new and fresh I have to offer, right? Like, what do I have that's different? What do I have that's new? And it can't be vodka breath. Can't offer that. Because they're going to offer you termination. It's been nice having you here, ma'am, but it's time to let you go. You smell like yesterday, last night. 2 shots of vodka with a side of cranberry juice. That's what you smell like. You have to go home forever. And like sometimes that's hard to let go of, right? Like that's hard. Gaining that sense of responsibility. I know like all of you adults out there are probably like, grow up, like, no, I don't want to. And that's the tug and pull of that post-grad life. Is like, I want to grow up. I want to be grown. I want to be successful. I want to do all these great things. I want to make an impact in this world. I want to make my parents, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my sisters, my brothers, my cousins. I want all of them to be proud of me, but I also want to be a 12-year-old who doesn't pay bills and has nap time again. That's what I want. That's what I want, right? And we can't have that. And that's sucks. That sucks. But yes, it's very hard to have that balance. Like, it's very, very difficult. It's a hard balance to have, and it's something to get used to, because most people who are fresh out of undergrad, like even me, I haven't been in undergrad in a couple years now. And it's like, that idea, sometimes I still want to be like, forget it. I'm going out with my friends. But then it's like, who's gonna come in the morning? Nobody. Exactly. So I can't do that. I can't let that be my life, right? I cannot let that be my life. So I'll do one more a recent graduate. So being a recent graduate, I really didn't expect how fast life comes at you. Figuring out what you want to do next while the whole world constantly asks, while the whole world constantly asks, what's your plans since you graduated? It's stressful all in its own, but what I'm learning is that I have to have patience, and everything that was meant for me has already been written. Amen. Hallelujah. Hey, yes, sir. I just have to have faith and follow what I am passionate about. Can the church say amen? Can the church say amen? That sounded like some insight from someone who was far removed. And I know her. And she just graduated. Beautiful way to catch a grip. Yes, that is so true. Like, it's already hard enough in itself to find out that, like, I spent these 4 or 5 years or however long, you spent in undergrad, and I still don't know what I want to do. And every family reunion, the cousin that ain't got his GED yet want to know what I'm going to do with my degree. What you going to do? What you going to do with them 14 high school credits? What are you going to do? Ask me all them questions. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. Not to downplay your GED, but baby, what are you going to do with yours? You don't know? Me either. Me either. Me either. So stop asking. Stop asking me that. You know what? Rule number 1, if you see somebody that graduated, if you know somebody that graduated, if you know somebody that's about to graduate, if you know somebody who has graduated for a while now, do not ever start the conversation with, since you graduated, what do you plan on doing? Because you're going to get beat up. I'm giving all people who have degrees or who are currently earning their degrees to beat up whoever asks you that. Just beat them up where they stand. Because what kind of question is that? I felt that though. Because that's hard enough. Like, don't ask me that. Rude. But having patience and having faith is truly 2 of the best things that you could possess in that time. Now, a word from the people who have not yet graduated, but are looking forward to what that's going to be like. This job situation, like, did I network enough, or does my resume and CL stand out? First of all, I want to point out that I still don't know what a CL is. Cover letter. I do know what that stands for. Did I network enough? Is my resume enough? And is my cover letter enough? Those things are very important. You want them to be presentable. You want them to be impressive. I always encourage networking. Get out there, meet people that are in your field, meet people that are doing what you want to do. All of that. Like, yes, do that. But from my personal experience, the best advice I can give about that in relation to, like, seeking out a job or internships or whatever it is that you're looking for, you have to be something special. So you need to find whatever that is and put that foot forward. Put that foot forward. Yes, I have over the years built my resume. I've worked on my cover letter, all that to make sure that it is fitting for what I'm applying for. But all the things on my resume don't mean anything if I can't speak for myself and shine through when they meet me. And most of the positions that I have obtained are because someone sees my resume or something and they say, wow, this is impressive. Tell us about you. And it's what they are able to learn from me in that 5 minutes or however long that they give me to explain myself that sells me, right? Every workplace that I've been in, there is something that has to do with who I am that got me to where I am. So while networking is very important, building your resume is extremely important, having a great cover letter is those are all great because those are all a part of that first impression, especially your resume and your cover letter. That's the first impression that they get to have of you that is not physically seeing you, right? I get to read you on paper and am I interested in meeting you and finding out more about who you are. So yes, that's very, very important, but make sure that whatever they're going to meet is extraordinary. All right, so now we will hear from some people who are far removed. Is there anything that you would like to tell your fresh post-grad self that you now know? Get your relationship with God back on track and stop forcing unrealistic ideas on yourself. Beautifully put. Beautifully, okay? And it's really okay to sit down somewhere and take a nap. You have a whole life ahead of you. Amen. Y'all know I've been looking for a nap time. You know I've been looking for a nap time. That is so true. It is okay to have a seat. Have a seat. These new times have us really believing that you have to be go, 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 go all the time. Get your degree, get to work, get to do this and do. And that's all fine and dandy. Like, it's all fine and dandy to have aspirations, to have goals, to work for things, to want to do things and go, because a part of me did that as well. But you also have to understand at some point it is okay to stop, breathe, take a nap, take a seat, have a drink. No, but really, like, it's okay to do that. Like, and if you don't have an understanding that it's okay to do that, you're going to beat yourself up when you start to feel tired, which is realistic. You've been working hard. Sit down. Sit down. Have a seat. Take a nap. Eat a cookie. Just come on. Like, no, that's real though. That's real. Give yourself a break. Like, give yourself a break. We are stuck in this time where we just always believe that we're behind. You are not behind. You are right on time. And I'm going to do one more. Think about what your degree means to you. Follow your passion. And if you see a need for something that doesn't exist, create it. The hot comb, creamy crack, perms, and peanut butter and jelly didn't just create itself. Somebody thought there was a need and created it. If they can do it, so can you. That is one statement that I can relate to. There were many of them that I could relate to, but that one, I must say, finding out what your degree means to you is one that I can identify with the most right now, because I've got to figure out what this means to me before I can open it. Yeah, I gotta find out what this means before I can open it and before it'll hold weight. And it's a process. And just like you, I'm going through a process. And one day I'm very confident in the fact that I'm gonna open this and God's gonna tell me exactly what He wants me to do with this. And I'll put it very happily in its sleeve where it belongs. But until then, I can say that's one of the best pieces of advice that I have received from someone that has been far removed from school, which is to find out what your degree means to you. Because when I think about me personally, I think a master's degree was just something that it felt like I was supposed to do next. And a lot of times I think we get wrapped up in the idea that I'm doing this because this is what everyone expects of me and this is what I'm supposed to do next. Of course, yes. I want success for myself. I want to change the lives around me and the world around me, and I want to do it in a rapid pace, and I want to just do, impact, create, and move a lot of things around me. But that takes time. And before I can begin to understand the world around me enough to change it, I've got to understand the world that I'm in and the space that I'm in and the understanding that I have of myself and the things around me. So that is a word. That is a word. And to follow your passions. I can't tell you how many people I went to school with that were in school because of something that their parents wanted them to do, or I just feel like I'm gonna make a lot of money. I know I said in the very beginning, where the coins? Where the funds? I'm still looking for them. But one thing I will say is, while I haven't exactly found out exactly what I want to do in my field, I get greatness from helping people and from doing my job. It may be not the exact way that I am going to change the lives around me, but it's the way that I've been blessed to do it right now. So I joke and I laugh about the funds and the coins, but truly moving in my passion gives me much more than that ever could. So just make sure whatever it is that you're doing, you're moving in your truth, in your passions, and what you want to do. And don't do it for anybody else. You're already doing something new. Be the one who truly figures out what they want to do and truly does what they want to do. So, in conclusion, wrapping it up, right? PostGrad, WTF. We are gonna figure this thing out called PostGrad. Those who are not there yet, you're gonna get there and you're gonna figure this thing out. And we're gonna keep on moving, okay? So, I thank you guys for tuning in and having some fun and connecting with Kay. And I think that in honor of the episode being over, it's time to move our tassels from the left to the right. All right, guys, that's all. Thank you for tuning in with me and have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed week. See ya.